Okay, disclaimer on this game of the day, the drawing bugged and all the footage was rubbish, so I have to draw it again. I can't be bothered to do another 40 minutes or whatever this is, half an hour of commentary. So I'm going to use my old commentary. I'm just going to draw all over it again, which is the same time investment but saves my energy in my throat. So this is going to be a bit weird, but yeah, let's see. I don't actually know how many games I've shown of me on Mirage. I've played a lot, though, and it's easy to play a lot because the build is extremely easy and has a pretty high carry capacity, particularly when you're using Portal quite well. So, yeah, we're going to have fun blowing people up on a Condi Mirage today and see how the game goes. Let's run on through, and you'll see what I mean with the statement I opened the video with here. So, coming out of the gate here, we don't have anybody looking to cross. If anyone was going to do it, it could have been me or the other Mirage, potentially. But this is my first game on it for a while, so I'm feeling a little bit conservative. The other Mirage is picking up close. Presumably, my other guy's got a portal, and he's doing that. So, I get to play with mine really aggressively, which is what I prefer to use portals for. As I've mentioned several times before. And I'm going to go for a really aggressive opening here as well. That's a real theme on the recent videos, isn't it? So I target the Scourge, and I'm going to lock him down. So by the way, the variant I'm playing right now is a bit more YOLO, a little bit less meta in the instead of Staff, which has got a lot of like cool little tricks and things you can do. I'm instead running Sword Pistol. The advantage of Sword Pistol, at least, is at the start of a game like this, or when you can catch someone on the roads and you can get a little bit of a snowball, this locks people down a lot better and can, you know, really burst them out. So that's my idea here. I'm gonna target him as well. I'm gonna precast the pistol 4. I actually pressed this before anything else. Then I've blinked in, and so now we get the bleeds and things rolling. What that does as well is that pops that little bit of Aegis he had there. Then we're gonna illusory ambush. So we just did a very big gap close there, which is going to make our clone jab in on him. And as we do that, we're going to stun him with the pistol 5. Then we're going to, and so now we've got 2 clones. Then what we're going to do is swap to our axe and gap close again with the 3. We're going to use the 2 while he's doing the jumping puzzle and our shatter. Now, the idea is the Axe 3 should move everyone around him, and then the Shatter should hit him. So we've got 15 confusion on him right now. It didn't actually work that well. He's done the jumping puzzle. I don't have to, because I'm a Mirage. I can just jaunt. And then we are going to... So here, you see I've got a lot of clones. You might be like, oh, Mind Rack. The thing is, most of my clones are down, and I'm up. So I actually opt for the Axe 2 first, which will generate another new one and just do damage on its own. And then we try and Shatter towards the end. Anyway, we just Condi the hell out of him, basically. He goes down. And now we jaunt over him. And so the jaunt there, we use the Axe 2 and then a jaunt to get 2 more clones. And we distort. So that's a double distort. It won't last the whole way. It did actually last. It lasted more than enough. So I get the stomp there as well. Don't want anybody rezzing that. And now we're basically just cleaning up, right? Because we managed to eliminate that Scourge from this fight. This Firebrand is trying to kite out. He cast quite a few abilities there in confusion. You saw we chunked him. And we just keep on him. I mean, I think one of the biggest... There's so many things wrong with the balance of Mesmer. One of them is how tightly they can keep up to people. Anyway, so now I'm blinking across. Now that they've got 2 on respawn. And my entire mindset right now is going for a decap. Because I haven't been able to use portal just yet. I could have established a portal on mid. And... ran to far, decapped, and then ported my entire team through onto their respawns, and we could have snowballed the whole map. But I don't actually trust any of these to be good enough, and you'll notice we're actually getting decapped already by 1 respawning player. So anyway, I'm just charging to their point there. We obviously Condi the hell out of that guy and kill him. This guy is AFK for a second, so I go for the stun. I think I kill him, yeah, so I decide that he's worth the kill. So, yeah, we kill the Reaper with confusion. Run straight on back through and decap. And now, I know that there's more coming, and I've just left a body under their nose. So I'm going to decap, portal, and come straight back to cleave this before that Firebrand we just killed can res it, which would be really bad. So I kill it, and look who's coming, the Firebrand. So now I have a choice, and I can stay and fight the Firebrand and just slowly grind him down. And it will take a long time, but I could do that. Or But doing that won't give me any value out of the portal I had here. So what I could do is try and fight the Firebrand and just open the portal and trust my AFK Reaper and my own Firebrand there to come through. But I opt to go this way. Maybe I could have put... I mean, it's just a matter of trust. Because it's such a waste of a skill if they don't come through, and I just don't trust them. So instead, what I'm going to do is pull back and then let the Firebrand have it. And then when he zergs off, I'll just instantly pull back through, right? And we can move people there. And at least I can ping them and be transparent about it. To be honest, I'm very grumpy at my team right now that they're just standing there not doing anything. You know, look at how much we've had to do here in this game. How many kills we've scored, how much we've rotated around. And what's it on us in the end? Nothing. We're 1 for 1 in terms of caps. And there's a dumb fight going on at Beast. So, and there's nothing for me to do at mid here. So now I'm the one, because they're going so slow here, I'm the one that's pulling all the way back to close to reclaim it. Look at this. And I'm now out of range of my portal, so this is just really ugly. Now my Necro pushes and tries to steal the Beast, and we'll see how that goes. It's just Beast, man. It's I don't know. I don't know. We could have a 3-cap right now. Such an easy 3-cap. Ugh. This just, I think what Forest demonstrates better than anything else is that human capacity in life to trade, you know, long-term gains for instant gratification. That's genuinely what it is. So here, now I know, so now that I've given us our double cap back, and I still have my portal on far, we can still do something with it, which is rush here to graveyard, to beach, sorry, and then at about the middle of beach, we can port. So, right as I press the button, I see that there's an enemy Mirage here. So, this is a bit weird now, because I know that he's crossing to decap close. So, if I go through this portal and try and take full cap, which was what I was gonna do, hoping that my 4-man Zerg over nothing in mid, they just 4v1'd in mid. What I'm hoping is that the enemy team will rush into the jaws of that. And I'll take this decap, and then I can rush, and then we can see what we can do, right? But the thing is, this guy's going to be uncontested, because I'm the only one rotating, literally the only one rotating here. Everyone else went to mid, killed beasts, and went to mid. That's it. That's all they've done. And that's not an exaggeration. So I port through, only to find the enemy team is I mean, look at the standard of play. This is a Firebrand AFK on his close node. This is like what people were trying in the first couple of months of 2012 when the game was out. So now I'm like, okay, there's always a horrible moment where you see someone doing something that you're like, maybe he's really bad skill execution wise as well, which means I can just kill him really quickly. So I can try this, or I can report and take the 1v1 with the Mesmer instead of trying to grind through this for ages, right? The other idea is my 4v1, hopefully they might come to help us. So I don't go for the 1v1, the really long kill on the Firebrand in the end. I'm like, no, I'll just cut my losses, and it's really painful here, everything that's going on. The worst thing about this is a portal should allow them to be terrible rotators, but just the way that this opening one worked, it did nothing. So now I'm like, all right, I'm going to save close, because then at least I get my double cap. I don't need to greed for the third. I'm going to save close. And we do have the gap close, even though I'm not on sword and I can't ambush my way through and stuff. So we'll see. So we take the illusory ambush to get on the node. I let him get a couple of points of decap, so I've got to be really careful with my stealths here. And I got another Mesmer. It's my other Mesmer's portal, and I'm the one that comes back. My other Mesmer wasn't even going to open. Oh, no. Sorry. That's the enemy Mesmer. So what? Is my guy not running it? All right, so this guy doesn't want to 1v1 me. I don't know why. I blew cooldowns getting in. He's got the advantage there, really. He doesn't want to 1v1 me. He drops the portal, and he leaves. And it's not like I've been queuing on this recently, so people don't know that I'm good or bad or whatever and have their anticipations. This is my first game in, like, a month on this build. So anyway, when I say I played a lot, I mean before I took a bit of a break from the game. So, yeah, he leaves. And, right, there was a lot going through my mind here as well. Well, here's what I reason. We've been killing... They've been trickling into mid, into 4 players, the enemy team, and dying, which is good. And they possibly got someone AFK on their close node. I don't need to go anywhere. I really don't. That guy's just... What opportunities you got? So I'm going to stay and just watch where I can. And it's a good thing that I do, because look, their other Mirage is coming. So, and the idea is maybe someone will rotate back. This is honestly such an absurd game. I knew it felt like a horrible game while I was playing it, but to watch it in the post-commentary is a whole other level. So, now I'm really scared, and you should be able to tell why, because, yeah, I can 1v1 this dude, but if the other dude is smart enough to portal through in the middle, I'm going to get outnumbered, and not only am I going to get outnumbered, but this is going to be like a perfect, because this is going to be a perfect portal plus here, where the guy comes in, finishes me off really quickly, provides a bit of pressure, and then walks back through. It's going to be, like, perfect. So I really don't like this, and I want my team to do something. But my Necro starts... I mean, I don't know. Let's not look at that too much. So looking at the fight, it's honestly not too clunky on my end. It's not too good either. I let him get a 1 burst on me. So here I've had 2 very sticky burn on me. And I think that felt a bit annoying in the moment. But, you know, we did... Oh, no, here we go. I don't know. We actually... I think we win our 1v1 fair and square. This guy's dead. But now the second Mesmer's come in. The second Mesmer, I'll note, by the way... Having... Oh, wait, no. It's not the second Mesmer that came in. It's a Scourge that came in, we're about to see. Or, yeah. So the Scourge wandered all the way over here. So I am outnumbered. I don't know, no, it is. It's the Scourge came, and the Mesmer came. Alright, so we basically won our 1v1. The portal that I described did indeed occur, and a Scourge came here. So they've zerged me 1v3 here, and my Mesmer reinforcement hasn't arrived just yet. So that's pretty dangerous. I was wondering why I got condied so hard, but I guess it's because I was 3v1 for this moment. I knew eventually that a Scourge was fighting me. So I have to leave, but the problem is as soon as I blink out, and I think I did this as fast as I could have awareness-wise. Maybe I could have been a little bit more aware. But as soon as I do that, I've got all this torment. If I use WASD too much, I'm dead. And I haven't got my torch stuff up to cleanse. So it's pretty much game over. The Scourge comes flying at me. And now my Mesmer's in. So I make it, one of my big mistakes this game is about to come here. In the moment, I am aware that I've had my respawning allied Mesmer running in to pressure the enemy Mesmer that I almost beat in the 1v1 but got saved at the last second. I also noticed that the other enemy Mesmer, sorry that there's 4 Mesmers on this engaging, but current balance, there you go. The enemy Mesmer ported out after he deemed that he had won, which was smart of him because he just 3v1. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is back at the node right now, I have a full health ally about to kill a very low health enemy. And that's good for us. That means we might be able to rally. And here's my mistake. I start pressuring the Scourge and he turns around, which is brilliant. Then he comes back and I use the 2. This is the mistake. I should not use this 2. I should wait with it so that this guy, when he comes to stomp me, I can use it to delay the stomp. This did maybe move me out of the shade, which was kind of the primitive reptile brain thing that I was trying to do, but it was a lot of movement I was aiming for there anyway, which might save me from a bit of pressure. But this is bad because what I'm aiming to do is rally on him before I rally him, right? Now, the enemy, just like me, is a Mesmer, so he's going to use his downstate 2 to delay the port. So that's why this is so bad. If that was like a warrior or something easy to mitigate in downstate, for my guy, who can just dodge in the middle of the stomp or something, it would be fine. But it's a Mesmer that my friend is supposed to be stomping, and the Mesmer will delay with this, so I need to match him blow for blow, at least, if I want to be the one that rallies. We also, you know... My ally had a little bit of damage to do while I was down right at the start as he moved in. So, yeah, I'm here and I'm hoping for the rally. I'm hoping, and we get the rally. Problem, we've been cleaved by a Scourge. So, I got a ton of Condi on me. But you'll notice, as I come up, I'm already pressing the skill 4, because I know that that's a possibility. I'm, like, spamming it. So, I press it. We ambush, forward, and jaunt to cleanse all the bleeds. And now what we want to do is stun him to lock him down. But he gives himself stab, so it doesn't go anywhere. We cancel cast for that reason. We go stealth, torch abilities, Axe 5 as the torch unloads, and we get it. So We do manage to stay alive. It's pretty dangerous here, though, and I see that someone's running away. I don't know if that's my Mesmer that's running away, which would have left me at super low health to cleave out a Scourge, which would have been bad, which is why I came over here. Turns out this was just an unnecessary Zerging friend that's now walking off. I did still have my ally, who secures the stomp. As soon as that's secured, I come back in range. We move on. All right, so finally, we have a 2-cap. And I've established a portal on close as I leave here, by the way, because I haven't seen my Mesmer ally using any portals. And so now all we got to... Look, this is perfect. 5 players on the board. Neither of our nodes being aggressed. A portal established on close. How can you go wrong from here, guys? How can you go wrong? Look, even an enemy Firebrand wandering in alone. Remember, we've got a Reaper. Sorry, the enemy team has a Reaper, so the Firebrand should be sticking with the Reaper, but he's not. He's just wandered into suicide. Now, you'll notice we've just 5-man zerged here, and we're immediately being decapped. Well, I actually watch my pause, so I come back in, and I do hold the node here, but only on the last tick, so it's not very good, and to be honest, it's kind of my bad. I should have been watching a bit closer. The timing was a bit clunky in terms of my line of sight as I went through towards keep. Anyway, I did hold it. We've got the 2-cap, right? And there are 4 potential friends who can press F right now and come through. They're doing nothing. There's a dead Firebrand up there. That any of them could press F and come into this portal. But you'll notice my matchup here. I'm going to be very slowly grinding down this Firebrand. And I basically can't stealth. Because if I do it, I get decapped. I also can't come off the node. And you notice my axe almost takes me off there. He gets a reasonable block there. I do as much pressure as possible. Actually, okay, so... I'm telling a lie. I'm wrong here. There's 2 guardians. One of them's a core guard who we haven't really interacted with. The other one's a Firebrand. So this is not a terrible matchup for me. I can kill this core guard. So here, I noticed that a friend does come through the portal. So good job there. I'm being very critical, but at least one of them did do it. So he's just appeared here, which is excellent. The second I see that he appears here, I go for my stealth, because I'm like, now that he's on the node, I can quickly do that for the pressure. But he stealths at the exact same time, as far as I can see. I noticed this in the moment. We don't actually... Yeah, he's stealthed. We don't actually get decapped because the Guardian's in renewed focus as well. So, like, that's just, like, there's a lot of minutiae there, which I find really kind of fun. That was very, very cool to watch back on the post commentary, because I knew that was a weird situation. Double stealth, renewed focus. All 3 players do something to stop decapping. Kind of funny. So yeah, now the Scourge is here, and I'm concerned. My guy's dead. I don't know since when or how, but as soon as he's dead, and I realize I'm outnumbered, I have to leave. And look at mid here. There's like all of their teams here, and our guys are just wandering around. And I'm dead, obviously, right? Maybe I'm leaving it a bit early. Maybe I should be doing a bit more kiting, a bit more jumping puzzle style stuff. No, never mind. We've got almost double their points. It's fine. We've got almost double their points. They get Beast now, and look at this guy. I just had another friend die at Beast because he wandered into the Jewels of Death, being a hero. So anyway, let's see what we want to do on respawn. Well, I know a lot of the enemy is hovering around on this half of the map. So instead of going straight there, I'm going to come to far, especially considering these 2 are making a push for far. So we come this way. They've got themselves decapped in the name of a beast. And you can see I'm furiously mousing over right now. And, oh, he's not making a push for far. He's turning around. Good stuff. So there is an enemy here. Thankfully, this guy's completely clueless. I mean, he should be running off, and that's fine. But the reason I moused over him here to see the account name, because I'm wondering what the hell's going on, is why was he stood here in the first place if he was then going to walk off? He wasn't just recently capping this. So then walking off is the correct play, but then he sees me and he comes back. So I'm happy to do this 1v1, because by doing this, I'm stopping their team from having a Firebrand in mid, and we should in theory win mid, right? Because, you know, they don't have their support anymore, and I have Firebrand Reaper up there. So I'm not going to kill this very quickly, but the theory being I can do my pressure and I can port and leave. And we do get him extremely low, actually, you see there. But then he goes for the cleanse, and it'll be a while before I properly line up my next axe stuff. In the more long-term engagements, I think possibly Staff actually unloads more pressure. It's got that little bit more poison application on there and stuff, right? And it's probably just a bit better. But here, so like the axe stuff is a bit clunky here because I couldn't get a triple divert. Cry of frustration, sorry, that's it. I couldn't get if I got that at the same time, we might have killed him here. But look now, I didn't notice this in the moment. We lost mid. I'm not sure how, but we actually did. And now the other Guardians just come in, the core guard. So I gotta leave. I port, I blink out, I push, and now the Mesmer's here as well. So we only just lost mid, and I got snowballed back here extremely hard. The reason is because the Mesmer, we did win close, right? So that was them respawning. So this Mesmer's gonna kill me. I already demonstrated on this game how sticky Mesmers can be. So I'm going to die. So my only out here really is I could take an illusory ambush behind me, force a D target and jaunt away, which in retrospect I would probably try. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and port back through. And this is just a disengage. The idea here being this can put me into a 1v1 with a really tanky guy that I can possibly flee from. But I've left it too late, and the Mesmer's pressures has got me killed. So that's now 2 deaths that I've been on. And this group, how they're playing, how they cannot sustain having their one person who's rotating dying. And even more interestingly, this Firebrand, who is still AFK on the node, now is getting value out of being AFK on the node, because he's stopping me from decapping it, and he doesn't go for the stomp either. But, I mean, and now he's pushing up, so he actually makes a bit of a play there. As far as we can say that. So, you know, they've now had double cap for a lot of this game, and they're about to equalize. We did have double their points. My guys are valiantly fighting in mid. They do get a down state, but they are double down, and they've got a support rotating in. So what can I do? Wander into mid. And you'll notice here, the reason that they're wiping in mid is because my Guardian was doing nothing on our close. And so I'm like, okay, I'll go for it. Do you remember the last thing we saw when we were dead? That the Firebrand was rotating off? Well, I'll have to rewind because you might not see this, right? So I'm like, he's rotating off and ensuring that they win mid, which is the correct play for their Firebrand. I push up because I'm like, I'll go for the DK. Look at this! He came back! They didn't even need him there. He came back. Amazing. So these next level plays, he's standing there. He's just nullified me. Now what can I do? My team's dead and staggered. So I'll try and like do something sneaky and steal this underneath them. The Scourge stayed here and is a little bit low. This guy's low. Can I 1v2 the Dream? I mean, that's what I'm being asked to do here. I'm being asked to 1v2. We use the axe to pull around quite nicely. We put 20 confusion on the Scourge. We just killed the Scourge in the 1v2. Now all we got to do is deal with the Mesmer. I go for a Distort Stomp, first. And that's good. I'm reasonably condied here. We're going to Blurred Frenzy when we see his ambush come in. So we get a billion evades here. And now we just have to win the 1v1. I take the clone and then just blink away and stand still so that he doesn't quite know who to hit. And I got a reinforcement, so perfect. I go for another dodge right when I see he swaps to that set. Into this. We burst the hell out of him. Good. And I mean, we had the 2v1 there. This guy's now ran in way too slow. So I drop a portal at mid here. And instead of killing this guy... Oh, I do go for this guy. I guess I don't trust my other Mirage to kill him quick enough. So I go for the pressure. The Dream here, because... Well, they still own mid. That's the problem. They still own it. Enemy team just scored a boss kill. My team is... My team being on boss here is devastatingly bad. This is so awful. We cannot win just with that boss there. They have double cap and 50 points more than us. We need nodes, and they are on the boss again here. And this guy... The thing is as well... This matchup, double Mirage versus this guy, yeah, double Mirage is going to put a lot more pressure out. But it's also fairly binary in terms of his cleanses there. Like, he just cleansed, like, 6 Burn and 18 Torment and loads of Confusion or whatever. It doesn't matter whether that's a stack of 18 or a stack of 9. you know, whether we double it or not. He's still going to cleanse at sort of the same moment as his cooldowns go around. So anyway, we kill him, and I have to race now. The only way to win is, we just got the neutralize on mid. The only way to win is for me to neutralize this before that firebrand respawns and AFK's there, and port everyone through so that, or someone through, so that I can keep winning my matchups as they come in like the tide, right? So that's the only way to win. So here, the game plan changes because we're getting decapped on close, all right? So what's going to happen here? Oh, God, the maths is really... I can't pretend to have been thinking ultra deep about the maths here. Here's what happens in my brain. They've got someone for free on close, and I know how my team's playing. Nobody's going to deal with that, so they're going to cap that for free. By the time I full cap... By the time... and this isn't a node that I'll get either, because someone's about to come in, the firebrand as well, who's going to stop, he's going to deny this. So what I'm thinking here is I can port back to mid, help this necromancer, and this was my main focus, okay? On the post commentary, I'm going to discuss a lot more, but my main focus was the mesmer, who I figure is dying here in possibly a 2v1, right? So I know that this is a dead play because the firebrand. If I port here, we could swap position as well. Someone might come from mid over here, which would be perfect. And what I can do is go up to keep, jaunt up, save the necro, and then swing over to here before they get the full cap. And then we've got still... if that all happens, we'll still have mids. We'll be denying them over here, and we'll be denying them over here. And the kill points we get, because they're about to get one in mid, and plus whatever goes on here when I save the necro, we can win the game. So I port through, and I hideously fail the jumper puzzle here, which is so bad. And as I come up, I get really frustrated to see that the necro is kiting away. So it's kind of bad that he's kiting away, because he should be coming to his support here. Is this a DH I've had the whole game, actually? Maybe it's not. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, well, I've got a DH and a firebrand. It was the DH still the node. Anyway, if I was the Necro, I'd be coming for party assistance here. Instead, he's not. Now, that's not too terrible because he also recognizes he needs to go to this node over here. The problem is my guys that should already be moving are still 2v1ing a body. And they had a free access to get there through my portal as well. Don't forget, we're on a ticking timer for a firebrand to pick up that node there. So I run over. We got to save the Reaper, right? That's what it's all about. But by the time I get to the Reaper here, he's low health. He's got shrouds. And now we've got this guy decapping. So instead of... Like, they just not got their head in the game. My ally needed to... You have to deny this, right? This is an easy way to essentially equalize. You have to deny that. Instead, he's zerging back here to close. He's not thinking at all about where anyone else is moving. So, my guy goes down. I do get here to save him. Or do I save him? Oh, no, he gets the stomp right at the last second. I thought he wasn't. So, all my movement there was basically... They got the double cap, right? Nobody else did anything. My guy that crossed insta-died over on the nodes. And, it's over. So, this is a really weird game. In that a couple of my decisions did break the win, I think. I think my decision here... I mean, the thing is, if I had stayed there, if I had just correctly not trusted any of them to do anything correct, if I had just stayed here, I would just be in a perpetual 1v1 with a firebrand. I mean, or maybe not perpetual. Maybe I could have spiked him down. Maybe. But I also would have been at risk of more respawns coming in. I mean, look at it. This guy is still at mid in the last moments. I don't know. It's a weird game where I feel like maybe I'm just an idiot and I could have done something much better. I don't know. Leave it in the comments. I'm explicitly asking you here. What was the winning play here? Because it was such an easy win, guys. Can I... is it just my allies' movement? I don't know. Anyway, it's a fun game of the day nonetheless. The game of the days don't have to be all about, oh, look, we're slaughtering them. Hee hee. Who the hell wants to watch you just slaughter on an OP build? Let's talk about... What was the thing to do here? Anyway, so there you go. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, no, I wasn't recording.